Hello, it's Reija and welcome to another video. Today I am sharing with you my manga reading vlog part 1. So in November I have this challenge that I am going to be reading 30 manga in 30 days. So one manga volume per day, and I have documented this experience and this challenge via video and via vlogging. So here is the first part. You should see these once a week or so. I am planning on 4 vlogs for 4 weeks, so that you will be able to learn all about the manga that I am reading for this challenge. So without further ado, I will let past Reija explain all of their reading experiences, because I am actually filming this on the day that I'm starting to edit this vlog. So future Reija here just to do the intros and outros, basically. Let's get started. First manga done, I read 5 Seconds Before a Witch Falls in Love by Zeniko. Sumiya is the author, both the author and the artist, and this was translated by Avery, Hutley, and it is published by Seven Seas. And this is essentially a collection of 3 short stories that Zeniko Sumiya published in Ryoko Kui magazine, which is a magazine, a josei magazine that is dedicated to sapphic romances, essentially. And this is a little bit like choppy. Obviously, the stories are short. They're supposed to be sort of like one-shots, and they're also supposed to be read like independently from each other, even though 2 of the stories here, there are 3 stories in this collection, and 2 of them are sort of like in the same world, following the same characters, and also like chronologically following each other. So you can read them both independently as standalones, and also you can read them as like a start and a sequel. And yeah, it was okay. It was sweet. It was cute. It was very simple. The characters are more like archetypes than actual characters. And I actually enjoyed the middle story, which had all of the demons, basically in a polyamorous, well, not polyamory. Basically, there's this girl who can see demons and gods and spirits, and there are 3 demons from the demon realm wanting to get in her pants. And she's kind of like, sure, okay. And that was my favorite story of the bunch, so I don't know what that says about me. But yeah, this has been the first manga I have read in the month of November, so here I go. Okay, so it is 2nd day of November, Wednesday, and I was at work today, and then I came home. It was a really long day because I didn't get much sleep yesterday because the cats were a mess. I'm currently babysitting my ex's cats because we're co-parenting, so I have Tesla and Mustard with me for the next couple of weeks. And the cats were playing in the night, and I woke up so many times. It was really annoying. So today has been very tiring, but I came home from work. I had some pizza, and the pizza was great. I'm also one of those heathens who likes pineapple on pizza, so I know that I will make lifelong enemies by announcing this in public, but yeah, pizza is great. And now I just finished reading Sweat and Soap volume 2 by Kintetsu Yamada, and this was translated by Matt Treyvaud. So yeah, this one was actually a really nice volume. I like that this romance is very like quite low stakes if you think about it, because like in the first volume these 2 already got together. So the romance part is just like watching them be domestic, and just you follow their everyday activities and the progression of their relationship, how it goes, how they meet each other's families, etc. And in this volume, they go on a work trip together, and also Asako tells her mom and her brother that she's dating Natori-san. So yeah, I'm really liking this. This is just like such a feel-good series, and I'm really loving it. The only things that rub me the wrong way, there is one scene early on in this volume where Natori-san kind of like pushes the boundaries of consent. There was some light pressuring of him towards Asako in order to engage in like sexual activity, which was like, okay, that could have been handled a little bit better. Like it isn't sexy when your boyfriend coerces you kind of to have sex. So that is one thing. And then also there are those like light elements of jealousy, which I usually don't find very sexy, because those can be a precursor to abuse in the event that you happen to be dating a person who has that streak. So yeah, but those were very like mild. These are like I've seen series with much worse depictions of such behavior. So all in all, this was still very good and enjoyable. And yeah, 2 for 30. Today I'm playing a bit of a catch-up. It's Saturday. I'm going to the Kekri celebrations in Suomenlinna later today. And I am already one manga behind during this week because I didn't get to read any on Thursday. Yesterday, I finished Delicious in Dungeon, Volume 11, and as you can see, I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. I can't show you the art in this time because we're so far into the story that it is very spoilerific. However, I will say that basically this is what you get inside as well. Like the art in the cover is very much the same as you get inside the story, except inside the volume it's black and white. Yeah, Delicious in Dungeon, Volume 11 was great, very dark. It took a twist into a place that I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it to go this way. And yeah, I'm really eager to see how the story continues, and also I am wondering if this is like gonna be one of the last. This is volume 11. I have a feeling that unless something drastic happens, this series will end by volume 20. I don't think it is going to be a longer series than that, but I might be proven wrong. Who knows? So yeah, today I'm going to the Kekri celebration, so I'm trying to read at least 2 manga today so that I'm up to date. Otherwise, I will be reading 2 manga tomorrow. But yeah, I'm taking this, Be Very Afraid of Kanako Inuki. This will be my commute read that I'm going to be reading when I'm out and about. So yeah. And then later when I get back home, before bed, I'm going to read the 3rd volume of Sweat and Soap. So yeah, that's my plans for today. And here I will probably insert some footage of the Kekri celebrations. So yeah. So in order to get to Suomenlinna to celebrate Kekri, I took a ferry off the mainland, and it was really fun spending my day just walking around the fortress, and you could actually write a message and put it inside the goat so that your message can be carried over to the ancestors, and you could make like wishes and well wishes to your ancestors. So I wrote a message and put it in the goat as well, and walked around the fortress the whole day and had some delicious grilled sandwiches and just enjoyed the vibe and the scenery. And it was the first Kekri celebration I've been in since 2020, I wanna say. Okay, so VoiceOver Raya has told you all about the Kekri celebrations, and now it is magically Sunday, Sunday, November 6th. And I am right on track. Yesterday I finished Be Very Afraid of Kanako Inuki by Kanako Inuki. This is a short story collection of about, I think, 6 stories, yes. and this was translated by Kevin Gifford. So Be Very Afraid of Kanako Inuki by Kanako Inuki, translated by Kevin Gifford. And I have to say, I was slightly disappointed. Hey, this one. I was slightly disappointed. The stories were not all of that scary to me, which, as you know, is not a good thing for a horror story collection. And I'm also a huge scaredy cat. Like the stories were creepy, yes, but they weren't like hair-raisingly scary. And the art style takes some getting used to, because the art style is very like plays around with sort of like, it's got this very childish quality to it with some like creepy elements. Like it's fine, but it does take some getting used to. A lot of the stories also feature like female main characters, which was interesting, and also like a lot of them lean into like heavily like sort of kind of sexist and toxic feminine stereotypes. Yeah. So I wasn't the biggest fan. There was this one story where the main character has been born blind, and she's been raised by these people who she has never like seen physically because she's blind. And then she wishes to get her sight back and realizes that all of the people around her are like monsters, and she gets like scared of them. And I'm like, you've been blind your whole life. These people have raised you. How would you even have the concept of like what is ugly or what types of people are ugly if you've never seen anyone and these people are all you know, and they've all been very supportive and like yeah, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And that story stuck with me the most because of that. Like she became so like obsessed with like, am I beautiful? Because everyone kept telling her that she's beautiful, and she was like, well, when I feel my face feels very different from you. And that's why she wanted to like have the that's why she wanted to make a wish to like be able to see. And I'm like, how would you even learn like the concept of those kinds of beauty ideals when you're raised by these people who you then deem ugly? And so, like, I don't know, that was just like annoying. There was an interesting story about like bullying in like a school setting, and also bullying in like a familial setting. So those were pretty interesting. But other than that, this was kind of like mid. So I gave it 2.5 stars. And then the other thing I read yesterday was the third volume of Sweat and Soap, and I really liked it. Now Asako and Kotaro are finally moving on to like make their relationship more official. They've been sort of like hiding it from coworkers for now, and now they are taking first steps to make it more official and date in a more like even more serious manner. And they take their first vacation together in this. And I just thought that this was such a lovely volume. There are some aspects in here as well that were kind of a continuation on the things that I didn't like in the previous volume regarding Kotaro's obsessiveness over Asako, which is just something that I normally don't really like anyways, but it was much milder here. And also it was addressed that it's like silly of him and not good of him to like feel possessive of her in that way. So yeah, really like this. I gave this 4 stars. And then finally today I read Secret XXX by Meguru Hinohara, and this was translated from Japanese by Adrienne Beck. And I'm not actually going to rate this because I don't rate erotica. And this is like 2/5 story and like 3/5 just like smut and graphic sex scenes. So basically, the characters, the setting was all sort of window dressing and an excuse for these two guys to get it on. So that is why I'm not going to rate this. You might be asking then, why do I rate Sweat and Soap? Sweat and Soap is all about character drama, and the romance between the characters and the smut scenes are like just a little treat on top. This is smut, and the romance is secondary to the sex scene, so that is why I'm not rating this. I just don't think it's fair. This also has some kind of, I would say, harmful stereotypes and ideas about like the gay scene or like the LGBTQ community and like the gay bar scene in general. This leans into these types of predatory gay tropes, which I'm not a huge fan of. So I would, if I had to say, I would say that story-wise this is like 2 stars, but the smut is like 4. But in any case, if you find this sort of thing interesting, here is a very smutty, erotic story for you. It is all about these guys working together in a pet shop that is specialized in rabbits specifically. Yeah, they sell only rabbits, and they decide to start dating each other, and it all goes from there. So yeah. Hi, and this is Monday's manga. So now I'm fully 7 to 7. I started reading on Tuesday, 1st of November, and this is Monday, 7th of November, and I have now read 7 volumes of manga. And today's pick was Go For It Nakamura-san by Syundei, and it was translated by Amber Tamosaitis. And I actually thought that this was super cute. It is very like innocent. Like there are some like what you'd call like titillating bits here and there, but they are mostly like done as sort of one-off gags. This is very much like a comedic gag manga. Each chapter focuses on a kind of like event, and then there's an overarching plot between these 2 characters getting to know each other and becoming friends, and also Nakamura having this huge crush on Hirose. And I actually really liked that this was kind of like a slow burn. They don't become like boyfriends by the end of this. They become friends, and it's like such a nice message that like you can have like a friendship with someone even though you have a crush on them and stuff. And this is also like very much reminiscent of 90s. Like the art style reminds me of Rumiko Takahashi's art, and also the art in Yu Yu Hakusho. It is very much like inspired by that late 90s vibe, and it's also shown in technology here. You have like cassette players, and you're not shown like any like cell phones or anything. There's like instant film like cameras, etc. So yeah, very much that 90s, early 2000s aesthetic. I actually felt like this was very reminiscent of like that Pixar movie Turning Red, which I also quite liked. And this had like similar kinds of vibes, especially with dealing like crushes and stuff. So yeah, I give this 4 stars. Really nice. And there you have it. That was my first week of manga reading. It was basically all about smut and romance in terms of genre, which was interesting. Like I read horror and fantasy, but for the majority of everything that I read was definitely veering towards the romance category. And I actually foresee that being the case for most of this month, because I'm reading some really heavy books for nonfiction November. So yeah, tell me in the comments which of these manga series or manga volumes you found the most interesting. Are you planning on picking any of this up? And leave me some sort of a ghost emoji down in the comments, because I did read the Kanako Inuki horror horror short story collection. So leave me a ghost emoji down in the comments so that I know that you are here. And I will see you in the next vlog. Bye bye!